Hey, truth seekers, welcome back. Zach here. A few days ago, I put out this video exposing the propaganda in Istanbul, the airport bombing following the Belgium airport bombing by 98 days, where Istanbul in gematria sums to 98, just like the word prophet. In this video, I explained how during the Muslim holy times, the powers that be, the Zionists, they like to create propaganda smearing the Islamic faith, and they like to code numbers that are significant to the holy times going on. Right now, these stories are coming in the time of Ramadan, the most important holy portion of the Islamic calendar. I explained in this video when they put out the names of the shooters, they would likely have Ramadan Islamic connections. So now that the names are out of the bombers, the shooters, the attackers, let's take a look at it. They said that it was two bombers, one named Rakim Bolgarov, the other Vadim Osmanov. In gematria, the name Rakim is identical to Ramadan, the small way and the big way. The small way, Rakim sums to 25, just like Ramadan, just like massacre. In simple English, Rakim is 52, just like Ramadan, just like prophecy. Bulgarov has gematria of 98, like prophet, like Istanbul, like this attack coming 98 days after the Belgium bombing, which was also blamed on ISIS. Remember, there's no such thing as ISIS. It is pure propaganda created for agenda. Whenever we see people posing as ISIS in the news, that's exactly what they're doing, posing. Most of these people are Zionists in costumes. The other one's named Vadim Osmanov, similar endings on those names. Vadim Osmanov has interesting gematria as well, summing to 49 and 58 like Revelation and Freemasonry. Again, Revelation, the book of prophecy from the Bible, often used as the textbook. The parallel between the names is through prophet and prophecy. Vadim in simple English gematria sums to 49 like Revelation. Vadim Osmanov in English gematria sums to 888. Very interesting number. 8 represents power, time, cycles, the infinite loop. And we, the people of the Western world, we are presented with media that is staged by the numbers, ongoing in circles and cycles. Perhaps part of the reason for the coding behind this name, but what stands out most of all are the Ramadan and prophecy connections, which are par for the course. If you missed my first video, I go into this greater. I'll link that in the description. Be sure to check out my work. These are common themes. Here's the dates of Ramadan this year. It will end July 5th after the birthday in America. In addition to the two bombers, they said that the mastermind was Ahmed Shataev. Probably butchered that pronunciation, but you see it on the screen. In the end, they said the final death count was 43. It rose to 44. They brought it back down to 43. 43 is a fitting number because airport equals 43 and so does massacre. 43 dead in a massacre at the airport, so they tell us. The name of the representative, the planner, the man said to be the planner of the Istanbul attack, Ahmed, the way that's spelled, is the exact same as Muslim, having gematria of 24 and 33. This attack comes during the Muslim holy time of Ramadan. Also, Ahmed, with that spelling, sums to 42 like Freemason. And supposedly, here he is. The airport, Ataturk, having gematria of 92 like fear. I just put out a video 2 weeks ago talking about fear programming in movies, the significance of these numbers, why they scare us, what the agenda is. My point in doing these videos is to help people see through the propaganda so they don't have to live in fear. You know, for all the people who witness these stories, then go to the airport and are afraid they're next, you don't need to worry. No one's dying. We're just being needlessly scared for the sake of agenda, ongoing war, and profiteering by the banker tyrants who run the show, who control the media, who stage all this by the numbers. If you look at the explosion, I slowed it down here and just paused the screen. This is supposedly the explosion from inside the airport. You can see that the screen is fading out. It's becoming less clear. And then all of a sudden, this bright light covers it. But you can see that the brightness is moving from this way across the screen. You know, in the video, if you watch the news, they're saying this guy has a bomb on him and he blows himself up. But I mean, look at this. The explosion's coming from over here, you know, not even where he is. It's not even good special effects. It's just a complete hoax, complete nonsense. They said the airport was open 5 hours later. I mean, come on, people. How do bombs go off killing all these people? They got the airport, that section back open 5 hours later. They are laughing at us. The media put out this 26-second clip of this other explosion. You have to remember, we live in an age of special effects. Explosions are made like this for TV, for movies. They're used all the time. 26-second clip, Istanbul the small way, 26. All coding by the numbers. And then right in the wake of that news, we get an ISIS attack, a standoff in Bangladesh, supposedly. At least 40 injured, 2 killed, the initial reporting. 40 plus 2, like 42 for Freemason. All day, CNN kept up this headline, gun battle and grenades. And what stood out to me is that Bangladesh and grenades had matching gematria. You know, we're used to these shooting stories with the guns. The grenades is like this new detail. We're not used to the guns and the grenades. We are used to the guns and the bombs and the, you know, people blowing themselves up. But anyhow, it's just more coded headlines. Tribute to Bangladesh with the grenades. This news came on a date with 44 numerology. The word kill equals 44. Military equals 44. All of this news is about military agenda, creating the propaganda of ISIS to make a reason for war and more military expenditures that are paid for by we the people who are deceived and lied to. The attack coming in Dhaka in the time of Ramadan. Again, here we go. Dhaka 25, Ramadan 25, Massacre 25. Dhaka, Bangladesh 98, like Prophet, like Istanbul, like the attack coming 98 days after Belgium. It's all by the numbers and always the same numbers. My videos are very redundant because I'm exposing the same code used again and again. In the story, they mention the owner of the cafe where the standoff happened, Suman Riza, gematria 42, like Freemason, like war, like World War, like 40 plus 2, the original reporting. Notice it happened at the Holy Artisan Bakery. Doesn't that word sound a lot like holy? Think about Christianity, Bethlehem, house of bread. There's a riddle to all of these things they pick. They say the bomb blast happened at 8:30 by the Holy Artisan Bread. Holy Artisan Bread in gematria sums to 83, a lot like 8:30. The reflection of 83 is 38 for death. They have a 49-year-old witness, 49, number of revelation, number of prophecy. They say in the same day, a Hindu priest was murdered in Janeda. Gematria 42. How about it? Priest 33, like the number of Freemason obsession. Freemasonry controls the religions of this world. Christianity, Islam, Judaism, all of them. So many priests, Hinduism, all of it. Freemasonry, religion, direct connect. And just look at these headlines. I mean, how stupid does this look? 4 men carrying a guy who has his hand on his face. Is there something wrong with his legs? You think he's in pain, he'd be grabbing at his legs. Or if he's needing to be carried by 4 men, he should be unconscious, you would think, right? But anyway, I'm finishing up my book. I'm noticing a lot of things that I haven't noticed before in past presentations of the information. With regards to the ISIS propaganda, it's really heated up since December 2nd, when there was supposedly the San Bernardino ISIS attack in the United States of America. Anyhow, that attack came on the 336th day of the year. ISIS in English gematria equals 336. Remember that story. They first reported for about 12 hours that it was 3 white males, athletic white males in all black that were wanted for the shooting. Then 12 hours later, it turned to a Middle Eastern married couple inspired by ISIS and radicalized online. I mean, it's just comical. All of these stories are completely unbelievable, and people really need to wake up. I mean, I still can't believe that the population was duped by September 11th, the men from the caves with the box cutter knives, overcoming the nation that spends trillions on defense and intelligence. All of these stories are horrible fairy tales. Completely unbelievable. Testing everyone's intelligence, and we as the nation are failing. If you haven't seen my work on this San Bernardino shooting, the whole thing was by the numbers. San Bernardino was established in history on August 10th. The shooting came December 2nd, 114 days after the birthday of the nation. Or not the nation, the city San Bernardino, California, which was established August 10th. Look at this. San Bernardino, California in gematria, 114 and 222. August 10th is the 222nd day of the year. San Bernardino, California, established on the 222nd day. A shooting 114 days later. At the same time, there was a vote in Los Angeles for police officers on having longer clips when they are retired off duty. That vote went 11-4. It's in the time of the 114th Congress. Everything going on in the news is all synced up by the numbers. It's all a joke. With regards to Islam, there's 114 books in the Quran. They're calling ISIS this radical Islamic element. The 114th Congress debating on what to do about ISIS. On December 6th, Obama would go before the nation and call this an act of terrorism, bringing up ISIS. Then on June 12th, a lot like the date December 6th, 12/6, 6/12, there would be another ISIS-inspired attack in Orlando by the numbers. Have several videos on that. That attack came 193 days after the San Bernardino attack. 193, the 44th prime number. The word shooting equals 44. This is how all of these stories are worked out by the numbers. If you haven't seen my work on the Orlando shooting, on the San Bernardino shooting, on all these other hoaxes, check it out. Friday the 13th in Paris, Belgium airport. All of this is contrived propaganda put on by Western governments by the numbers. In Dhaka today, or today's headline about Dhaka, 20 hostages killed, 13 rescued. 20, 13, a sum of 33. All of these contrived numbers, tributes to the Freemasons again and again. They say one of the U.S. students was from Georgia, the state with 44 gematria like kill. Remember, this started on July 1st, 2016, a date with 44 numerology. This is how they do it, Truth Seeker. This gang needs to be exposed. The people of the world need to wake up. Until next time.